Welcome to another night of basketball here at the Roundhouse. Good evening, South Tama Trojan fans. We are live from the STC Roundhouse here in Tama, Iowa. South Tama is getting ready to take on Center Point-Urbana for their first WAMAC Conference matchup of the 2023-24 basketball season. I'm Darvin Graham. I'm joined by Allison Graham to my right. Allison, you just flew in after a busy day at work. How you feeling?
Hi, hello. I'm excited to be here. I have not seen the boys play yet this year, and I'm excited to be with you, darling. So
You bet. Yeah, we had an exciting game the last time the boys were in action. It was a 10-point loss to Sadell, but that really doesn't tell the whole story of that game. South Tama had a slow start, only scoring 3 points in the first quarter, but came roaring back in the second and third quarter and took a lead, I believe, late in the third. Sadell kind of pushed back, and South Tama was unable to recover. Tommy Tynisma scored, I think he had 21, 23 points, had 7 3-pointers on the night. Really nice night for the senior. And, yeah, and that kind of brings us up to tonight. Center Point-Urbana coming in with 2 losses, and so both teams looking for their first victory of the year. We're going to quickly jump to a Coach's Corner interview with South Tama's head boys coach Craig Harrison. When we'll be back, we'll have more pregame show for you here on Trojan Country. It's time for another Coach's Corner here on Trojan Country. Today I'm joined by our boys varsity head basketball coach Craig Harrison. Craig, how are you doing today?
Hey, doing pretty good. Really excited about this one.
Yeah, we're getting ready for South Tama and CPU here at the Roundhouse. Have to ask you, first game out, a tough but difficult loss, but a well-played game in some areas, I would say, against Sadell. What were your and the coaches' kind of thoughts after that Sadell game? Just some reactions on that.
We've got kids that haven't played a lot, and they're kind of getting back into it. You know, they took a year or two off, some of them, and coming up from junior high, like Emerson, this is a whole new ball game for him. But we had some scoring droughts. And, you know, any other mistake we made, we just made worse by not putting the ball in the hoop.
Yeah.
I think we had 2-3 minute scoring droughts, and you just can't do that at the varsity level.
Right. Talk a little bit about Tommy Tynisma. He comes out and has a big performance kind of starting through the second quarter on through from the three-point line. Did you know he had that kind of range? What were some thoughts about Tommy's performance as a senior on against Sadell?
Well, Tommy, he's just a tremendous athlete. He's a legitimate Division I athlete. And I knew that he could break loose. I didn't think it would happen in the first game.
Yeah.
But, you know, we'll see how it goes if he can keep that up. But having not played for a while, I don't know if there's an on-off switch or if he's just Tommy and he's on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. As far as, you know, defense and offense, strategy sort of, are you still kind of moving things around, trying to figure out what works with this team? Did you see anything in that Sadell game that you felt fit this group really well, or that was kind of a silver lining that you could pull out of there from a strategy standpoint?
Yeah, we put in a press, and I didn't think it would work because some of them, you know, we said before, hadn't played a lot, but they really took to that, and that seemed to be a spark that ignited out. But I don't know if we can do that every night.
Yeah.
You know, some teams are just better with the ball than others, and you know, kind of feel like maybe against Sadell, if we'd done that a little earlier, we maybe would have been a little bit better off.
Yeah.
So we're going to try that, and we'll see how we do.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's zoom ahead a little bit to tonight's game against Center Point-Urbana. Have you had a chance to look at film on these guys? What have you found out about this team? I know they've got some new faces coming in. What's sort of the scouting report on CPU?
They've got some spot-up shooters that are pretty good. They've got a returner, this Wyatt, and he's a nice player, and he can go either way, and he's got a jump shot. He's a good face-up shooter. They've got a young kid coming in I think he's left-handed, but boy, he can go either direction too, and he seems to be running the point for him some. But they've got some range, and they've got some size, and they're a little scary.
Nice, yeah. Game plan for South Tama tonight, or maybe keys to victory might be the better phrase to use. What do you feel like South Tama has to execute well to give itself a chance to win tonight?
Well, I always talk about rebounding, but we didn't do a great job rebounding. We did okay. We're just not putting bodies on people. And if we can do that, if we can limit them to one attempt every trip and maybe do a little bit better with offensive, proficiency and score when we have the ball, that's gonna mean a lot. Taking good shots is gonna mean a lot.
Yeah. All right, Coach. Thanks very much for the time. Good luck to you and the Trojans.
That would be very odd.
All right, we are just about ready for our starting lineups and our national anthem here at the Roundhouse. So we're going to jump right into that. First for the CPU Stormin' Pointers. Starters for Center Point-Urbana. First is going to be number 23, senior forward Hunter Holmes. Next at the point, number 0, junior Ryan Savola. Number 3, forward, sophomore, standing 6'4", Cooper Grimm. Grimm was the leading scorer in this the team's first game of the season and was kind of one of the key returners coming back for CPU this year. Next up for the Pointers, number 5, junior forward Carter Andrews, and rounding out the lineup for CPU, number 13, junior Jackson Brinks. The Pointers are coached by head coach Mike Halleck, and he's assisted by Dylan Humpel, Chad Batchelor, and Jason Jaquette.
Junior number 13, Jackson Brinks. And at guard, senior number 23, Hunter Holmes.
And the starters for your STC Trojans. At the point guard position, South Tama senior, number 2, Cade Rosenberger. Rosenberger had 7 points in South Tama's matchup against Sadell last week. At the shooting guard, number 5, senior Daniel Weiss. The leading scorer in South Tama's opener, number 3, senior Tommy Tynisma. Tynisma comes in after a year away from the program. He finished with 7 3-pointers and 23 points on the night. He was also the second leading rebounder on the team. At the power forward position, number 33, senior Jeremy Dolash. He was a strong 5 for South Tama last year and comes back as an inside presence. And rounding out the lineup is number 23, freshman Emerson Bridgewater. Bridgewater was the second leading scorer for South Tama against Sadell with 11 points in the paint. All right, we're going to take a quick break while we have the national anthem here live at the Roundhouse, and we'll be back with the tip-off. Thanks for being with us. Welcome back live into the Roundhouse. Darvin Graham and Allison Graham here with you for the start of this boys varsity matchup. South Tama and Center Point-Urbana squaring off here this evening. South Tama's second game of the year. Last week it was a 10-point loss to Sadell to start things off, but it was a really interesting and at times exciting game here at the Roundhouse in a lot of ways. And South Tama is going to start with the ball here as Tommy Tynisma hands it off to Cade Rosenberger, and away we go. Tynisma at the top, guarded by Grimm. They get a down low to Weiss. Tynisma baseline, trying to find Dolash. And just a little miscommunication there. It goes out of bounds, turnover, South Tama. And we're waiting for maybe a jersey number's not right, or the official's seeing something he doesn't like here, so we're waiting to get this next possession underway.
While there is a pause in the action, tell us where you are watching from tonight in the comments on either Facebook or YouTube. We'd love to shout you out if you have a birthday or an anniversary, so let us know.
Yeah, or what's going on this week? Just, yeah, give us a shout out. All right, we're ready to go. Back in action. Center Point-Urbana in their half court. Ryan Savola has the ball stripped away by Cade Rosenberger. And a whistle before Rosenberger can get the ball up. It's going to be a foul on Savola. First team foul for the Pointers. Quick inbound to Bridgewater. Good look there, but it just bounces out. Loose ball picked up by Jackson Brinks. And here's the Pointers in the half court again. Grimm dribbles in, kicks out to Brinks. Guarded by Dolash. Back and forth to Grimm inside. Good looking post move there.
Yeah, he just beat his guy to the bucket there.
Cooper Grimm gets things going for CPU, and they have a 2-0 lead. Now it's Tynisma and the Trojans. They go down low again to Bridgewater. Spinning off the back of Hunter Holmes, and Emerson Bridgewater nets one.
Nice assist there by Cade.
It was Brinks trying to get it inbounds to save it, and it gets a turnover. South Tama back on offense. They quickly get it up the court. Pump the brakes here. But Tynisma flying into the lane, and teardrops one in. Savola inside to Hunter Holmes, and he'll get two.
And it looks like STC's defense just kind of broke down right there. Nobody stepped in front of the CPU player, and you gotta stay in front of them.
Some half-court pressure coming here from the Pointers. Bridgewater comes out to put a little screen in. Ball goes outside to Tynisma, first three-pointer of the night. And a foul's going to be called before the shot is away. And it's going to be against, let's see, it's going to be against Dolash. A little contact before the shot got off. Tied at 4. Holmes for 3. High off the rim.
Rebound by Rosenberger.
Rosenberger picks it up. Weiss around a screen, into the lane. He's doing his best work when he gets going kind of north and south and does that slashing kind of work. That time not able to get it. Savola picks up the rebound, takes it the other way. Three-pointer way off the mark, and Dolash cleans it up. More pressure coming from CPU, but South Tama's getting the ball across half court just fine. Still knotted at 4 with 5 minutes to go. Rosenberger jostling for position, and he's going to draw a foul. First personal against Jackson Brinks, as Rosenberger was trying to get around the corner. Into the game for Savola and Brinks is going to be number 25, Cohen Spurlock, and number 14, Nathan Miller. Spurlock, a 6-foot junior, Miller, a 6'3" junior. Tynisma guarded by Grimm into the lane. Just kind of an off-balance shot there, but there's a steal by Daniel Weiss. Good eyes there by the senior. Tynisma again into some contact. Passes out. Back to Tynisma on the left. Baseline double team. And it's going to be called a charge. That was Carter Andrews taking a little bit of a dive there, and he'll get the call in favor of the Pointers. Tynisma picks up his first.
South Tama is putting a little bit of pressure on. Oh, and
Bridgewater and Grimm
almost had a steal there.
And it's going to be called out of bounds. A couple bodies just kind of flying around near the baseline, but no whistles, just an out of bounds. Andrews to inbound. Holmes down low, guarded by Bridgewater. Bridgewater's got a little bit of height advantage there. And Holmes called for traveling. Turnover, Pointers.
You got to kind of credit Weiss there, too, because he got in there with his hands and played aggressive defense and kind of jostled the ball a little bit there.
Good energy so far by South Tama. They feel, compared to the Sadell game, nice pass down low to Dolash.
Nice.
Assist going to go to Bridgewater, and Dolash gets his first points of the night. This is exactly what South Tama, there's another steal. Rosenberger tipped it away. Bridgewater to Tynisma, and Tynisma finishes off the fast break play. Trojans lead by 4. CPU seems content to push the pace, and there's going to be Cooper Grimm spinning into the lane for 2. 8-6 now. Trojans up by a pair. Brinks and Savola getting ready to check back in after they were spelled for a moment. And a pass picked off by Holmes. Fast break for the Pointers. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by CPU. And South Tama is going to bring their first player in off the bench. James Brandt will check in for Jeremy Dolash. To the bench for CPU, Hunter Holmes and Carter Andrews. Just under 3 minutes to go. South Tama still maintaining a 2-point lead. Cade Rosenberger moving people around at the point. They go to Brandt, who's guarded by Spurlock. Nice pass there by James Brandt. Weiss just couldn't quite finish off the little bank shot. Brandt had to go out of bounds and bounce past it back in.
Good idea, for sure.
Savola into the lane, kicks it out. Grimm, baseline 3, it's good. Cooper Grimm leading all scorers here with 7. Brandt lets it go into the backcourt, and that'll be a turnover for the Trojans. Now Holden Shermer, another senior for South Tama, will come in to spell Daniel Weiss.
They seem to have lost a little bit of their rhythm with the subs here, but hopefully they'll get it back.
Grimm driving in, passes out.
Rebound by
Spurlock.
Rosenberger.
Shot no good, and a whistle going to be called against Brandt. Going to be a carry, and a turnover now. CPU will get the ball back in front of their own bench with just under 2 minutes to go. The Pointers have regained the lead here by 1. Been a very frenetic first quarter of action. And I think South Tama will take that compared to the 10-point deficit they were looking at last time out against Sadell. There's a foul called against South Tama underneath the hoop. It's going to be against Holden Shermer. Got wrapped up with Savola along the baseline. Shermer's first. 3rd team foul for South Tama. Here's Hunter Holmes, backed out way beyond the 3-point line. Nathan Miller to Savola, open lane for the junior Ryan Savola, transferred in from Vinton Shellsburg last season, and he is got his first points of the night. Holden Shermer driving in baseline, kicks it out. Emerson Bridgewater.
Nice assist there by Shermer.
Working his size advantage against the Pointers, and it'll be a timeout.
Darvin, we have our first shout out of the night.
Well, let's shout it out.
That's right. We've got Chris Drummer watching from Chelsea, Iowa. Hi, Chris. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for being with us, Chris. I know it's bound to be a busy time for you in the country market out there in rural Chelsea. So best of luck with all the holiday sales and activities you got going on out there.
Absolutely, and wrestling season's picking up, and she is the cheer coach, so she's busy time for her.
Out of the timeout, South Tama trailing by 1 with a minute to go left in the first quarter. Been things to like and things to improve on both sides for CPU and for South Tama so far. It's the Pointers in the half court. Another foul against South Tama. And it's going to be against Rosenberger, just trying to get an arm in there to strip the ball away, but he'll pick up his first personal. And that'll now be the 4th team foul, but under a minute to go, so that's not going to play in very much. Brinks, double-handed pass over to Holmes in the corner. Airball shot. Put-back attempt is no good, but it'll be 2 shots coming for Carter Andrews. Foul against South Tama's Cade Rosenberger. So in one trip down the court, Rosenberger's picked up 2 fouls. And Carter Andrews will now go to the line to see if he can put some points in for CPU. First one is good. Couple substitutes for the Trojans. Rosenberger and Brandt will come out for Daniel Weiss, and Caden Kopsa, another senior, getting his first look at the varsity level. And Andrews good on both free throws. Ball gets tipped away out off the inbounds. He'll stay with South Tama. Nice effort there by Nathan Miller. Been in for a few minutes here off the bench. 3-point lead for CPU. South Tama kind of hit a wall here at 10 points. Tynisma gets it quickly up the court. Good movement along the perimeter by South Tama. Tynisma baseline. Good look, and it's good for 2. 6 points for Tommy T, and it's 20 seconds to go for the Pointers. To the free throw line. Savola in and out. 8 seconds to go. Trojans can get one more shot off. It's going to be Tynisma. And that'll be no good. It's going to be 13-12 CPU as we go to the quarter break. Welcome back. To start the second quarter on the court for STC, it's going to be Daniel Weiss, Caden Kopsa, Jeremy Dolash, Tommy Tynisma, and James Brandt, all seniors on the court for the Trojans.
Yeah, right before we get going here, we have a birthday to shout out.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, exciting. Happy birthday to JoJo Tynisma. It's her 20th, and she's watching from Waverly.
Oh, happy birthday, JoJo.
Happy birthday to you.
All right, here is CPU with their first possession. It's going to be an offensive foul. Savola called for some contact as he was making his way into the lane there. Second personal for Ryan Savola. First team foul for CPU. South Tama would love to get to the line here, get some bonus shots going. So good start there with the Pointers picking up their first foul. Tynisma crosses out to Kopsa. Misses on the 3. Brinks the rebound. Quick pace here by the Pointers. Andrews, double team. Outside to Holmes. Thinks about a 3. Not quite sure. Back to Andrews, guarded by Tynisma. Savola outside to Brinks, guarded by Kopsa. Andrews almost lost it there near the 3-point line. Short shot clock here. Savola gets it stripped away. Andrews picks it up into a double team.
And a block by
No whistle there.
Tynisma. You gotta love that.
No call there, but the ref didn't like the extracurriculars after the scrum, and a missed shot. Foul's going to be called on the South Tama end on center Point-Urbana. It's going to be Jackson Brinks picking up his second personal. So 2 quick team fouls for the Pointers. Nathan Miller and Ryan Savola will go to the bench for CPU. On now, number 12, Kinnick Covington. And Cooper Grimm back into the game. Weiss, guarded by Grimm, gets to the free throw line. Nowhere to go and just kind of backs it out. Still a 1-point advantage for the Pointers. And a whistle. Going to be a foul called again, offensive foul called against South Tama. Weiss will pick it up. Kopsa to the bench for the Trojans. And Bridgewater back on. Brinks into the lane, back outside to Andrews. Airballs a 3, right into the hands of Emerson Bridgewater, and the Trojans back on offense. Been a scoring drought on both sides here. We have yet to see points with 2 minutes away. Kind of a shot pass combo there by Weiss. Bridgewater unable to come down with it, facing a double team, and now the Pointers back on offense. Weiss rung up for another foul.
Is that his third?
I believe that's his second.
Okay, yeah, I think.
So he'll finally head to the bench with 2. Holden Shermer comes back on for STC. Trojans went 4 deep on their bench against Sadell, so they do have a little bit of depth to work with. Everybody is available and healthy. Another foul called against South Tama. So the Trojans were looking to have 2 fouls up on CPU, but the South Tama boys here put on 3 of their own. That last one was on Jeremy Dolash. And that was Kinnick Covington getting the bucket underneath the hoop.
Oh, and just a miscommunication there. Bridgewater missed the pass and from Tynisma, and they turned the ball over.
Holmes comes up with it, and now the Pointers back in a half-court set. 5:11 on the clock. Low-scoring second quarter. Cooper Grimm into the lane, through some contact, and the shot is off. Rebound goes to the Trojans. Dolash finishes off the fast break. Jeremy Dolash has 4, and South Tama back to within 1. There's a pump fake, a miss by Tynisma, and a 3-point bucket by Hunter Holmes. A 4-point lead for CPU. I think it's their biggest lead of the night. Dolash almost lost the thread there. Finds it, gets it out to Shermer, and Shermer's going to be called for traveling. Substitutes coming in both ways. Brandt and Shermer to the bench. Ian Vore will get in for his first action tonight, as will Cade Rosenberger. He's in after a bit of a spell on the bench. For the Pointers, Couple of new names. Cale Essling, a sophomore. He's working the top of the key right now. And Covington back in as well. Here's Holmes down low against Dolash. Muscles his way through the lane. And Hunter Holmes having a nice first half. Another bucket. Gets him to 5. I should know 7, excuse me. So Grimm and Holmes each with 7. Bridgewater finds Rosenberger underneath. Double team. And a timeout called by Coach Halleck and the Pointers. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, give us a shout out. Let us know where you're listening or watching from. If you got any birthdays, anniversaries, really anything. I'd like to just talk with anybody. So let us know. Just hit us up on our Facebook chat or the YouTube comments.
You know, I think we should do a question of the night, Darvin.
Yeah.
And with this being December, I want to hear, what are your favorite Christmas tunes? So if you could put your favorite Christmas song and, you know, even the artist who performs that song in the comments, let us know.
Favorite Christmas song?
Yeah. Darvin,
do you have one off the top of your head?
I mean, I feel like it's always going to be Mariah Carey.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Right. And there's a foul sending Emerson Bridgewater to the line. Kenneth Covington will pick up his first. Covington kind of got the arm across the shoulder there as Bridgewater was trying to get up for a shot. And he misses on the first free throw. And the second one. In and out. Rebound Pointers. They're quickly moving the ball up the court.
It was a nice hustle there by Rosenberger, who almost was able to secure that steal.
Ball gets tipped out of bounds, but that will kind of stop the pace a little bit for South Tama as they're looking to crawl out of a 6-point deficit now. And trying to find a lineup that really, we've seen a lot of players off the bench so far, and there's a lot of a lot of faces. There's a traveling violation on number 35, Cale Essling. Turnover to the Trojans. But yeah, a lot of players coming back to the team after a year or two away. Some younger players getting involved, like Bridgewater.
And, I think that's kind of what we're seeing tonight, is because they haven't played together as a team for a while. There's just some of that chemistry that's lacking that we've seen, resulting in some turnovers. And so hopefully they'll be able to work some of those things out as the season goes on. They'll learn each other's little quirks and moves and whatnot.
And that was,
like that right there. Nicely done. A nice assist by Tynisma with Brandt getting the basket and an and one. Hopefully.
Essling picks up the foul for CPU, and the Pointers now in the bonus. So South Tama will have 2 shots coming the rest of the way. It was an and one situation there for Brandt, so he gets 3. And the Trojans gain some ground here. They trail by 3, 20-17. There's a long three-pointer in and out by Holmes. He's had a couple tonight. Vore the rebound for South Tama, and here's Tynisma bringing it up, guarded by Grimm. Almost travels.
Almost, yeah.
It's going to be tipped out of bounds by CPU. Stays with South Tama. Cade Rosenberger to inbound. Reminder, if you are looking for the STC Center Point-Urbana girls games, they are live over on Center Point-Urbana's live feed. You want to search for CPU Huddle Cam or just CPU Activities, and you can find a link there. Also in the description there's a bucket by Emerson Bridgewater.
Assisted by Rosenberger.
And another foul Fouls kind of stacking up here on both sides. Tynisma called for his second personal, and that could make things interesting if the fouls continue in the second half. Holmes fires a three. Tynisma tracks down the rebound. 2:12 on the clock, and South Tama back on offense. Tynisma guarded by Grimm, spins into the lane. Shot gets altered a little bit there. Grimm could probably pick up a block on that one. Essling, let's go a three. No good.
Steal by Tynisma.
The tip out by Miller, picked away by Tynisma. Here's the Trojans. Brandt into the lane, and he's good for two.
Nice, that puts the Trojans back on top, 21-20.
Trojans with a little pressure here near the half-court line. Essling slips away, gets it down low, and a foul called on Bridgewater. Nathan Miller trying to get to the hoop. And that will be Bridgewater's first personal. Nathan Miller Jr. has been in off the bench. Had some significant time here in this first half. He'll go to the line for two. First one is no good. So yeah, as I was saying, you can find the girls' game over on CPU Activities site on YouTube. Quick update from that game. Center Point-Urbana is leading 31-6 in the, looks like maybe start of the second quarter. Rosenberger trying to whip it down low to Weiss. He throws it away, but a turnover for CPU. Gets it back to South Tama. Tynisma tries a three. Shot's no good. Andrews picks it up, and now the Pointers back on offense. Miller from the three-point line. No good. Rebound goes to Bridgewater. 1 minute to go. South Tama clinging to a one-point lead that they just gained back a moment ago. Screen from Tynisma. Rosenberger goes flying into the lane, and there will be a foul. Foul's called on Carter Andrews. I don't think it was a shooting foul, but the bonus situation will send Rosenberger to the line for 2 free throws. First is good for Rosenberger. Second one is good.
Under a minute to play. Oh, and Tommy
Almost
nearly swiped that away.
37 seconds. Grimm into the lane. Fadeaway jumper is no good, and Weiss comes down with the loose ball. Tynisma winds his way into a double team. They work it around to Rosenberger in the corner.
And they have time. They just need to, you know, settle down, settle into it a bit, and find the right shot.
Game clock and shot clock are synced up here. Trojans can find a good shot. It's going to be a step back jumper from Rosenberger. And Rosenberger will be off on the jump shot, and there'll be a quick foul called on Bridgewater. So just kind of a unfortunate turn there as South Tama unable to get the points. Picks up a foul on Bridgewater, now his second, and with South Tama in the bonus, that will send Kinnick Covington to the line for 2 bonus shots with 3.3 seconds left. First one is good for Kinnick Covington. He's got 3 tonight. Ian Vore will check in for South Tama. Bridgewater to the bench with 2 fouls. And the second one from Covington is good. Last second shot by Rosenberger. Almost there.
Very close.
And we go to the halftime break. South Tama leading Center Point-Urbana 23-22. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with a halftime show after this word from our sponsors. Welcome back, Trojan fans. We're live from the STC Roundhouse. It is halftime here between South Tama and Center Point-Urbana. Trojans leading by 1 as it was a back-and-forth second quarter. South Tama able to get some points on the board, and they kind of hang on for a 1-point lead as we get ready for the third quarter here in about 5 minutes. like to go through some community announcements coming up for the South Tama area. Let's see here if I can get my... Okay, so coming up this Wednesday, that'd be tomorrow, Project 60 is going to be at here at the STC High School Gym. That's the annual meal and fine arts entertainment program put on by the STC Student Council, the Food Service Department at the South Tama High School, and the STC Music Department. So community members over the age of 60 are encouraged to come out this Wednesday, tomorrow at noon, and enjoy a meal with the South Tama Student Council. That's Project 60 coming up on Wednesday. On Saturday, South Tama After Prom Committee is going to be presenting their Pizza and Puzzles activity for prom. That's going to be Saturday, December 9th, this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. at the Eagles. And that's kind of a fun new event that's going on that the After Prom Committee is putting on this year. The objective is going to be teams of 4 going to be competing to put together a 500-piece puzzle, to eat a large single-topping pizza, and to drink 8 beverages as a group. The first team of 4 to complete that goes away with a $250 cash prize. Get a hold of Sue Carnahan for more details on that. That's coming up this Saturday at the Eagles. So find a team of 4 if you're not up to anything this weekend, and go support the After Prom group. And you can win some cash. $250 is not anything to shake a stick at. So eat some pizza, have some drinks, and put a puzzle together. Sounds like a pretty all right afternoon for a Saturday. Some winter concerts coming up on the 18th, Monday, December 18th at the middle school. It's going to be 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band and choir. 6th grade starts at 6 p.m., 7th and 8th starts at 7. That's Monday, December 18th at the middle school gym. The next night, South Tama High School's music department holds their winter concert. That'll be Tuesday, December 19th at the STC High School. That'll be concert choir and concert band. So if you have a South Tama High Schooler in band, don't forget about that. Or if you just have nothing else to do on Tuesday the 19th, come out and see the winter concert put on by the band and choir programs. A job board posting, a little job announcement here. The Tama Toledo Aquatic Center is now accepting applications for the 2024 Aquatic Center pool season. Positions to be filled include the pool manager and assistant manager, as well as the lifeguards and concession workers. Students have to be at least 14 years old to work concessions and 15 years old to work as a lifeguard. The deadline for the manager and assistant manager positions is February 1st, so that's coming up here in a little bit of time, but just a reminder, that is kind of open and available. And the deadline for the lifeguard and concessions positions is going to be March 1st. You can, if you're interested in that, stop over to the Tama Civic Center and talk to the Tama City Clerk for applications or questions. Couple announcements or results from wrestling action. South Tama girls were in action last night, Monday the 4th, against several teams. They went to Williamsburg for an invitational tournament. The Trojans placed 3rd as a team. They had 135.5 points behind first place East Buchanan, who had 186 points, and second place Independence that had 177 points. Livia Smith at the 100-pound division placed 4th, going 4-2 on the day. At 135, Maylee Ellsbury placed 1st, going 4-0 with a win over Vinton Shellsburg's Chloe Sanders in the championship match. At 140 pounds, Paisley Bro placed 5th, going 3-2 overall. At 145, Brooklyn Mitchell placed 5th, going 4-2. At 155, Abigail Chima got a 3rd place finish. She was 4-1 overall. The other championship winner for STC was at 170 pounds. Sophomore Autumn Ellsbury placed 1st. She went 4-0 with a win over Izzy Strickert of Independence in the championship bout. And rounding out the varsity lineup was at 235, Kinley Jimenez placed 5th. She had a 3-2 record on the day. Also in JV action, Kylie Holloway, London Jeanette, and Ioletta Kingbird each earned first-place finishes in their round-robin divisions. Another kind of special milestone for Maylee Ellsbury, South Tama's defending state champion. She captured her 100th career win on Monday at Williamsburg. That came in the championship match against Chloe Sanders. So congrats to Maylee Ellsbury. Another special kind of happening that came together on Monday after the match. South Tama's Steve Strelner, you can see him pictured there with Maylee. Strelner was South Tama's first boys wrestling state champion after South Tama consolidated to become South Tama in 1969 was his championship win. South Tama, Tama and Toledo had other state qualifiers in between there before South Tama became a district, but Strelner the first, and so a picture between Ellsbury and Strelner. So congrats to Maylee, and best of luck to the wrestlers as they get their winter season underway. All right, we're back in action here. Third quarter, South Tama leading 23-22. Starters back on the court for South Tama, and they're in their half court here. Bridgewater working it over to Ty Nisma, gets it stripped away by Grimm. Hunter Holm moves it over to Grimm in the corner. Holmes three-pointer in and out. Rebound goes to Rosenberger, and the Trojans back up the court here. Rosenberger to Weiss. He'll try a three. It's good. Weiss's first points of the night come early in the third quarter, and that pushes South Tama's lead to 4. CPU quickly up the court. Savola at the point. To Grimm. Down low to Grimm on the baseline. Help defense coming. The ball gets moved out to Holmes. He'll try a three. Offensive foul called against CPU. It'll go against Grimm, his first personal. I want to quickly run through some stats on that first half, Allison.
Yeah, so Rosenberger had 3 assists, 2 defensive rebounds, and 1 steal. Ty Nisma, 1 assist, 3 defensive rebounds, and 1 steal. Weiss had 1 defensive rebound and a steal. Shermer had 1 assist. Kapsa had 1 steal. Bridgewater had 1 assist and 4 defensive rebounds. Dolash had 1 defensive rebound and 2 offensive rebounds.
And there was Dolash on the bucket there just a moment ago.
And Vore had 1 assist.
On the scoring side, South Tama was led by Tommy Tynisma and Emerson Bridgewater, each with 6 points. James Brandt had 5, Cade Rosenberger had 2, and Jeremy Dolash had 4. And the ball going to be brought in underneath the CPU basket. Brinks passes it in, little give and go. Back to Brinks in the corner. Andrews guarded by Dolash. 6-point lead for the Trojans after the bucket by Dolash a moment ago. The Pointers have really been content to just kind of fire three-pointers. We haven't seen too much else working in their offense. And here's another three-pointer by Holmes. This one is good. His second of the night. Rosenberger walks it up for South Tama. Tynisma gets a screen from Dolash into the lane, just gets robbed at the rim there. Athletic move by Tynisma on that one. Stripped by Weiss, he goes to the deck to save it. Loose ball scramble. Rosenberger picks it up. And Rosenberger will throw it away, trying to get it deep inside to Bridgewater. Steal goes to Grimm. Nice block there by Tommy Tynisma. The Tommy train up the tracks, not quite able to go. Dolash the cleanup, and it's good for 2. Jeremy Dolash having himself a night. He's got 8 points so far.
And 4 assists. Or no, sorry, 4 rebounds.
Very good. Yeah, Dolash pretty quiet against Sadell on the offensive end, and he's getting his offense going. There's Carter Andrews. This time the Pointers get into the lane. First bucket of the second half for Andrews, and it's a 3-point game. Rosenberger gets it to Tynisma. Little screen there by Dolash, and a foul called. Savola will be called for a little reach in, and that will be his third. Some substitutes coming in on both sides. Going to be Miller and Covington checking in for Holmes and Grimm. James Brandt will come on for Emerson Bridgewater. Bridgewater to the bench with 2 fouls. Brandt had a 5-point first half and was a spark plug off the bench against Sadell. We'll see what he can do here in the second half against the Pointers. Rosenberger guarded by Brinks. Pivoting around. Weiss into the lane. Contact. A foul's going to be called. No shot, but it'll be free throws coming for Daniel Weiss. Foul goes against Nathan Miller. Third team foul against CPU, and CPU was first to the bonus in the second quarter, and here they are with 3 team fouls now halfway through the third. Weiss is good on the free throw. His offense is coming alive here in the second half. Hey, don't forget to let us know your favorite Christmas songs. It's getting to be Christmas time.
It'll stay with South Tama
after
that missed free throw.
There you go.
Darvin, you have not shared your favorite Christmas tune with us yet.
It's the Chestnuts by the Fire song. It's not the title of the song, but whatever that one is, there's Tynisma into the lane, floating in, a bucket for 2. That would be the one.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Yep, you got it. Andrews up the lane. Brinks, baseline, has an open look. Nobody picked up Brinks as he kind of snuck along the baseline there, and he has an easy look for 2. That's his first points tonight. 33-29. South Tama still in control here in the third. Tynisma elevates, can't get the shot to go. Savola charges down the court with 3 fouls.
Oh, he looked like he was going to take that shot.
Brinks runs into a teammate. He'll be called for traveling.
Whoops-a-daisies.
And 3 substitutes coming in here for CPU. Going to be Essling, Miller, and Grimm coming in for Savola, Brinks, and Andrews.
You can tell CPU's a little bit frustrated right now.
And some younger players. This lineup for CPU is different, quite a bit different than what they were working with last year. They had, I think, 3 contributors, 2 starters, and another bench player that played several games that did not graduate, but also not on the roster. They had a couple of seniors leave, some younger players moving up. There's a steal by Rosenberger. Jump ball is the call.
That was a nice hustle. You know, the Trojans are playing with some intensity right now, and I really like to see it.
And now the Pointers back in their half court.
Oh,
4-point lead, and that was Hunter Holmes, another bucket for him.
Going to have to adjust that defense and start to protect the post a little bit.
Hunter Holmes with 12 so far, and I think that leads all scorers. Weiss almost has it stripped away, gets it to Tynisma in the corner. Ball tipped away by Grimm. Loose ball picked up by Rosenberger. Brandt charging in, double team. Gets one to drop in. Good shot there by James Brandt. 4-point lead now for the Trojans.
Yeah,
and
I was going to say that was a travel.
Yeah.
He was a little late on his whistle, but he called it.
The one step and then the hop was enough for a travel.
Little bunny hop.
Coach Halleck doesn't like it, but that's going to be the call. And South Tama will get the ball back here with 1:38. Some full court pressure coming here from the Pointers, it looks like.
Probably won't be the only thing he doesn't like this evening.
No. And Ty Nisma draws a foul on Cooper Grimm. Grimm picks up just foul number 2, but that's now, I think that might be the 5th. No, the 4th.
They called that on 3.
Yep, Cooper Grimm.
And that's his third foul.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he missed one there. So Grimm working with 3. Trojans back on offense.
Oh, nice little spin. Oh.
Weiss had a 3 earlier. Can't get it to go in the corner. Pointers the rebound. And Grimm just kind of getting ahead of himself here a little bit. Some defensive troubles and a turnover there. And it'll be South Tama ball. Grimm comes out.
The pace has definitely picked up.
Yeah.
You can tell these kids are cross-country runners.
Yeah, and that shouldn't go unstated. South Tama's bringing in almost their entire starting cross-country team that went to the state meet. There's a steal by Nathan Miller, and Miller can't get the bucket to go. He gets his own rebound. Holmes rejected
away by Weiss.
By Weiss, 55 seconds, and CPU still, after those 2 athletic moves by the Trojans, still Pointer ball, and there Hunter Holmes finishes it off.
Rewarded with that.
Good tenacity there by CPU to stick with it and just kind of keep the ball in front of him.
You can tell the Trojans really want this, though, and that's what I like to see.
Brandt into the lane. No good, and here's Holmes open, look for 3. Off the mark, loose ball, out of bounds. It will be South Tama ball. Shaping up to be a fun 4th quarter here as we got a close one coming down to the end of the 3rd. And the energy just kind of creeping up here a little bit in the roundhouse. Ty Nisma with the ball. Under 10 seconds to go. Bridgewater back to Ty Nisma. Long 3 off the mark. Trojans go into the 3rd, leading 35-32. Go into the 4th, I should say.
Correct. We have yet to have any takers on Christmas songs.
Shoot.
So if you're out there and you're listening, tell us your favorite tune, your favorite Christmas tune.
I'll sing it if you want. I mean, if that's what it takes. Allison can sing it.
You'll sing it better, hon.
I'd like to say thank you to our winter sponsors this season for being with us. They include Birkwood Village, Tama Toledo, Salt Creek Wind, Mercy Care Tama, Iowa Premium, the State Bank of Toledo, Hardin's, S&S Car Wash, Cruzy Phillips Funeral Home, Appraisal and Realty Services, Robach Lumber, Stein Robach Floor Coverings, Medicap Pharmacy, Mark West and Hoyer Law Office, Assured Partners Insurance, Sean Weber's, and TFD Photo and Film. All of our Trojan Country broadcasts are made possible by the Charlie Townsley Memorial. Some upcoming broadcast schedule updates for you. We will be at home on Thursday of this week for Pin the Gym Night. South Tama boys and girls varsity taking on Benton Community in dual meet action. That is set to start at 6 p.m. We'll have that live here on Trojan Country for you on Thursday night. Then next week, Tuesday, it's going to be the boys team back at home here against Mount Vernon. That'll be on Tuesday the 12th. Usual varsity start time on that one around 7:15, 7:30. And here we go, 4th quarter. Emerson Bridgewater with the ball. Kicks it out to Daniel Weiss. Weiss in the corner to Dolash. Rosenberger almost had it picked away, but Covington tried to get it back in, threw it right to Daniel Weiss, and he went up for 2. Weiss has all of his points coming in the second half, and he's got 7 so far. And South Tama seem to have kind of found they're back with their starters, and that's where their productions come from. After some substitutions in that first half kind of got them out of rhythm, things feel a little more in sync right now. Here's Holmes. guarded by Dolash. Dolash picks it away.
Steal.
Fast
He's
break
gonna
coming.
Take it all the way.
And Dolash finishes it off. Good looking steal and a fast break layup by the senior Jeremy Dolash. Trojan fans getting a little excited here.
That was a great move.
Kinnick Covington into the lane, and he'll respond with a bucket.
I think Bridgewater might have taken an elbow maybe there, or hand to the mouth or something. He's kind of holding his mouth a little bit.
Rosenberger gets kind of driven into the corner. Passes out to Tynisma, who slows things down. And Tynisma trying to get it to Dolash. Has the ball skipped out of bounds. 3 substitutes coming in for the Pointers. It's going to be Carter Andrews, Cooper Grimm, and Ryan Savola coming in for Holmes, Essling, and Miller. Coach Halleck and the Pointers really have been substituting in waves. We've seen at least 3 at a time most of these rotations. Here's Cooper Grimm now. Outside. Loose ball stripped away again. Tynisma and Dolash working on that turnover. Trojans needing to capitalize, though, on these turnover opportunities, and protecting the ball is going to be key as the ball gets knocked out of bounds. Covington and Andrews kind of on the defense against Bridgewater. Inbound pass to Dolash. Tynisma into a screen. No call there. Brinks took a little dive, but it's going to be almost a steal by Grimm. Weiss, open look for 3. In, and it's good. Daniel Weiss having a nice second half, and South Tama pushes its lead to 7.
Was assisted there by Rosenberger.
Here's a 3 by Grimm. Can't connect. Andrews goes in for the rebound, and I think he's going to draw the foul. And Dolash, I think, will pick up that one. That'll be his 3rd.
Got a substitution here. Brandt is coming in for Dolash.
Pointers back in the half court. Cooper Grimm guarded by Cade Rosenberger. A little bit of a different look here. Tynisma's kind of been on Grimm most of the night. Inside to Covington. Rosenberger almost got the steal.
Almost with that.
Open look for Ryan Savola in the corner. Bounces off the rim. A foul called against Kinnick Covington.
Come up with the rebound there.
Over the back. Called against Covington again as he was trying for the rebound over Tynisma, and that will be his 2nd personal, just the first team foul. Rosenberger picks it up.
Nice job handling the ball there.
Bridgewater spinning, kicks it out to Weiss. Weiss into the lane. Can't quite get the layup to go. Grimm has to throw it inside. And
Weiss really fought for that tie ball there. It's going to go to the Pointers.
So, yeah, jump ball is the call. Good effort there on both sides as Weiss, and I didn't catch the CPU player go to the deck, but it'll be Pointers ball as they have the possession. And CPU with 4:30 on the clock in the 4th, trying to come back here. There's a 3-pointer by Cooper Grimm. And that is the danger of this CPU team. They do have some 3-point shooters, and that narrows the lead to 4. Tynisma guarded by Brinks. Hands it off to Rosenberger. Rosenberger into the lane. And a push call against CPU. That'll be Savola's 4th. For reference, South Tama is on a 10-game losing streak against this CPU Storm and Pointers team. That goes back to 2018. Trojans with the lead in the 4th, and an opportunity. A nice-looking bucket there by senior James Brandt. Brandt cutting into the lane.
This team is excited. The bench is into it. The crowd's getting into it.
Here's Jackson Brinks, top of the key. And Andrews spinning into the lane. The Pointers will call a timeout after the bucket. And CPU not wanting to go away either as they narrow it back to 4.
While we go into a timeout, Darvin.
Yes.
Warm up those vocal cords.
Oh, okay. What do we got?
We have our first favorite Christmas song.
Okay.
Submitted by Nancy Dostal. Thank you, Nancy. It's I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Well, Nancy, we can't sing anymore. The copyright laws dictate that we can only do 3.5 seconds. So sorry, but hope you have a great Christmas. I have to say, to hear South Tama's Roundhouse cheering in unison, not just the student section, we're talking the whole building. It's a good feeling. South Tama with the ball out of that timeout. Brandt, a little spin move, unable to go. CPU the rebound. Trojans holding on to a 4-point lead here. Open 3 for Hunter Holmes, and it's good. South Tama has got to keep track of those 3-point shooters. That's the 3rd triple for CPU. Bridgewater getting it out to Rosenberger.
Crowd not very happy with that no call there. That wound Tommy on the floor. But they're letting him play tonight in some cases.
Well, just as we say that, a foul called against Rosenberger.
In that case, seems a little ticky-tacky, but
Rosenberger's 3rd personal.
Not right there on the court, so I don't know.
Just the 2nd team foul. So neither team in real team foul bonus territory danger. Inbound pass to Grimm. And the clear out makes room for Cooper Grimm, and he gets into the lane. And that will give the lead back to the Storm and Pointers. Rosenberger hard up the lane, drawing a foul against Carter Andrews. Non-shooting foul, that'll just be an out of bounds. 3rd team foul for the Pointers. And that will kind of stop the momentum.
And South Tama is just going to want to keep their cool, keep their heads about them. There's still a lot of
getting
time,
a nice pass
that
from
was a
Rosenberger.
Beautiful assist there by Rosenberger.
Pointers looking to respond. Loose ball after the miss by Andrews. A foul. No, it's going to be out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Covington stepped out of bounds near the baseline.
South Tama will take it back. And CPU is going to pressure full court here.
2 minutes left. South Tama back up by 1. And Rosenberger just couldn't hold on to the pass there by Tynisma, and it goes back to the Pointers. Brinks credited with that steal.
And it's just those little mistakes that are going to be so costly.
Yep. However this ends, though, those 10 games that South Tama has lost against CPU, none of them have been by single-digit margins. None of those were close games. This is a close game. This is something to hang a hat on for South Tama, regardless of the outcome. Hunter Holmes coming away with a bucket underneath the hoop. 1-point lead by the Pointers. Rosenberger down low to Bridgewater, and Bridgewater elevates and buckets one. His first points of the second half come at a critical moment. Minute 10 on the clock, and a 1-point lead for South Tama. Brinks moves it over to Holmes.
I will say their team chemistry looks a lot better this second half than it did in the first.
It does. Good defense there by Emerson Bridgewater, kind of altering the shot of Jackson Brinks. He goes and gets the rebound and will draw the foul. And now a timeout call. So Brinks picks up foul number 3. 4th team foul on the Pointers. And South Tama is going to talk things over in the huddle here. So a reminder, on Thursday of this week, we'll have the South Tama Pin the Gym night. South Tama boys and girls varsity wrestlers taking on Benton Community here at home. That's going to be a special booster night for the STC activities boosters. They always do raffles and some fun things as part of their Pin the Gym night event. So if you're in town, get out here to the Roundhouse, cheer on the wrestlers. And here we go. We're ready to go. Under a minute to go. South Tama maintaining a 1-point lead. Starters back onto the court. For the Pointers, it's going to be Grimm, Brinks, Holmes, Andrews, and Covington. Trojans with the ball after that foul on Brinks. Weiss gets past Brinks, brings it out. I don't even know if he saw that Brinks lost his footing there, and then their foul called as Bridgewater almost lost the ball, but hung on long enough to draw a foul against CPU. And I think that might be Brinks' fourth. It is.
And it's also the 5th team foul, so that'll send Bridgewater to the free throw line.
5 team fouls for the Pointers, 2 for South Tama. So they got a little room to work here with 37 seconds. Bridgewater missed on 2 free throws earlier. I do like how South Tama has been able to get to the line a little bit more than they were in their first game. Here's the first for Bridgewater. In and out.
It was near silent in the gym for that. Never know if that's a good or a bad thing.
And the second is good.
2-point lead for the Trojans.
3 critical points for Emerson Bridgewater, a freshman coming in here in this second half. Down the stretch.
30
and that
seconds left.
gives South Tama a 2-point lead. Hunter Holmes, he's leading scorer for the Pointers. Grimm outside to Brinks. He'll try a 3. It's good. What a moment for that young man.
Wow.
Jackson Brinks, 2 points all night. Rings up 2 quick fouls.
That puts CPU up by 1, 50-49.
And Brinks buries that 3-pointer, and that will send the Pointers into a timeout.
While we're on timeout, we've got more Christmas tunes to share here,
All right.
Darvin. Robert Tynesma on Facebook, or no, on YouTube here says Haley's is either Blue Christmas or Let It Snow, and his is Jim Carrey's Grinch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
Good choices.
Yes.
Good choices, Robert.
Those are fun ones.
And a fun game here at the Roundhouse tonight as CPU jostling back a lead. They lead by 1. South Tama will have the ball with 14.2 seconds on the clock. And like we said, regardless of the outcome here, a lot to work with for Coach Craig Harrison and the Trojans with this game tonight. You know, a lot of good film, a lot of good experience these players are getting. We get to see Center Point-Urbana again in the schedule later on in the season. And so that should be a fun one over in Center Point. But here we go. Same starters onto the court. Trojans sweep their way down, and a steal by Grimm. And ball control becomes the issue for South Tama down the stretch here. A foul quickly whistled. And South Tama here not being in the bonus kind of makes things not quite where you want to be, because South Tama unable to kind of force the possession change with the free throw.
They're going to want to foul right away.
Foul
That's
again.
what their coach is calling for them to do, unless they can get a quick steal.
Covington inbounds. Brinks fouled by Tynesma. The 4th team foul. That takes about 2 seconds off the clock. And one more, and they'll go to the line. That's the 4th team. That's the 4th personal on Tynesma, though. So he's got to be careful not to pin. It's going to go to Tynisma. And that will foul him out, I think, if it's called on him. Yep. And Coach Harrison's going to call a timeout for South Tama.
Paul Ellenbecker commented on our Facebook page that his favorite song is Hippopotamus for Christmas. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas.
You got it.
Tomorrow at my school is Family Photo Day.
Oh.
And I got adopted by some of my coworkers to wear a sweatshirt with a hippopotamus on it.
Nice.
So I'll be sporting that tomorrow for our dress-up days.
I'll be wearing my normal plaid button-down to work, if anybody's wondering. I think the blue one is clean out of the wash, so yeah. South Tama having to foul twice quickly. Tommy Tynisma, I believe, is going to foul out of this game. So in for the Trojans, James Brandt will come in to replace Tynisma, and Jackson Brinks will be at the line. And so it's going to be 3 point. There'll be one more opportunity for South Tama here to tie it up if Brinks makes both free throws. All the defenders pulling back for CPU. Brinks on the first, no good. And maybe one more timeout here just to make sure you know what you're doing, or maybe Coach Harrison's already kind of called that. Brinks misses on both, and a timeout called. That'll advance the ball up, and South Tama not done yet.
Not done yet. Absolutely not. This team is proving their resiliency this evening.
And this is where you'd love to have Tynisma after he's not really been hot from outside tonight, but a senior that put in 7 3-pointers the last time out, you'd like to have that on the court. The only other player for South Tama to put in a 3-pointer has been Daniel Weiss. He's got 6, 9 all in the second half.
And they're going to have to get the ball all the way down the court because it doesn't advance, like it doesn't call it.
Oh, you're right. Yep. 3 seconds. Bridgewater will get it up the court. And the whistle will go off, but I don't think the timeout clearly happened before the
yeah, they're
game
going to have
clock.
to go to the head table to see how much time to put back on the clock.
And it's going to be 1 second. So that's probably going to have to be a tip in, which would win it at a 1-point lead here for CPU. And South Tama's got the height advantage with Bridgewater down low. He's probably the longest body on the court. A fun way to end a game, though, regardless how it ends. And, of course, South Tama's hungry for a win after a long stretch, couple of wins last season. Been a rebuilding effort for this STC program since a sub-state final run back in 2018. And so here's Rosenberger to inbound. And they'll set up near the out-of-bounds line, and a whistle. Timeout called by Coach Halleck and the Pointers. He's going to talk about it. And these Pointers looking for their first win, too. They took losses in their first 2 games. And in a rebuilding year for them as well, a win is a big deal at this point of the season. Allison, last time you were on, we talked about Taylor Swift several times. A quick Taylor Swift news update for you.
Yeah, sure. She was at the Chiefs game. That was at Lambeau. They played Green Bay, and we all know how, well, maybe we don't all know how that turned out, but Green Bay won.
Green Bay won.
But she was there looking fab, and I believe it was a Stella McCartney red coat.
There you have it.
That's the update.
And we're ready to go. 1 second on the clock. This is it. Last second shot by... Katie Rosenberger!
Oh my
goodness!
Kate Rosenberger with the three-point shot gives the Trojans a 52-50 win over CPU the first time since 2018. What an exciting, incredible finish. This crowd is excited. The bench is excited.
Oh, baby.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh, that was a thing of beauty.
Kate Rosenberger, 2 points all
Wow.
night. The senior dials it up and dumps it through. Hang on, folks. Don't go anywhere. We're going to talk to a coach, talk to a player, talk to somebody after this one. The Roundhouse is rocking. Congrats to the STC boys on a hard-fought win here, breaking a 10-game losing streak against CPU. Wow. If you're not here cheering on this boys team, you're missing out.
Yeah, you're going to want to come see these guys play in person. That was an exciting win, a hard-fought win, and it's such a nice thing to see after a few years of just some struggles.
Absolutely. Coach Craig Harrison getting his first win as a coach for South Tama. And the students kind of making a little tunnel there, letting the Trojans feel it. All right, so hang tight. We're going to see if we can get somebody from the South Tama sideline to come talk to us here. A little post-game wrap-up. We'll tally some unofficial stats, and we'll be back after this. Welcome back live from the STC Roundhouse. We're not done yet. We've got South Tama's Cade Rosenberger up here with us in the booth. Cade, congratulations. What an exciting moment for you and the Trojans out here on the court just a moment ago. How you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Right. Yeah, how could you not?
I don't know what else to say. I'm just happy that we won.
Take me through the game a little bit. Let's start with that first quarter or the first half. A back and forth affair between you two, and some new faces on both sides. What do you remember about this CPU team, maybe from past games against them? How did they look tonight, and what were some of your thoughts about them as a competition or them as a competitor for you guys tonight?
What I remember from years past is they're just super scrappy and they play hard, as most do all Womack teams. Mm-hmm. There's definitely not a lot new faces tonight from their team, and our team also had a lot of many new faces. We had a lot of seniors come back out, and from what I saw, they had some seniors leave, which is unfortunate for them, but as I think senior leadership will carry you to a win like that. Yeah,
almost all seniors kind of down the stretch here, with the exception of Emerson Bridgewater. How is this group gelled now in its second game? Did this game feel different than that Saydel game for you guys as a unit?
Yeah, I think we were just a little bit more prepared for this game. Saydel, we were kind of still, as a team, trying to mesh into varsity competitiveness. So, because of, a lot of our teammates haven't been out for a while. Emerson's a freshman. It was his first varsity game, and we needed that game to find our weaknesses, and that's pretty much it.
And then kind of walk us through a little bit the last couple of sequences in the fourth quarter. You guys are trailing, and you kind of have to play the foul game a little bit. What were some of the thoughts in the huddles, and what was kind of the conversation amongst you guys on the court as you were trying to kind of get ready to put a shot up at the end there?
The last 15 seconds kind of felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
Especially because I had a turnover with 10 seconds left or so, and that was kind of had to try my best not to dwell over that with time still left in the game. So that was unfortunate, and but I'm happy. Our team, we were staying positive and upbeat and still ready to fight to the end. And we originally were going to do a stack play and just try to do a give and go from for me and Jeremy. I think I was going to pass it to Jeremy and cut to the hoop for a layup. And then they called a timeout, and when we got in the huddle, I actually drew up the bots play for the end there to get me a shot. I was confident in myself. And I said, let's run an elevator screen. I'll go to the corner, and I'll have a three. If I'm rushed there, then Jeremy can be on weak side block. Maybe they'll all rush out there, and Jeremy will have a wide-open layup, just stuff like that. And the whole team was confident in each other. There was no one, questioning the game plan, even though it came from a player, not a coach.
Yeah. And you had a quiet night shooting up until that last bucket. What does it take to kind of maybe overcome any kind of mental challenges that you might deal with, missing some shots and being able to still feel ready to go to take that last second one?
I'm not too worried about trying to get shots of my own and be a shot creator. I'm really my main focus is to facilitate for the team and get my teammates open shots, and I'll still be aggressive. I'll drive into the lane, but I'm always going to pass up a good shot for a greater shot. I don't care if they miss the layup. If I give them a wide open layup and they miss it, if we run that 100 times more, I'll never take that layup for myself. I'll pass it to my teammate and put my trust in them. So that's
What's the last question for you here? What's the potential of this South Tama group as they're evolving and coming together here in the early part of this 23-24 season?
Right now we're taking it one game at a time, and we have, our goal every game is obviously to win.
Yeah.
And after tonight, I think we can make new goals to be super competitive in the WAMAC and hopefully keep building as a team. Maybe have a late season run, maybe, possibly. It's just one game.
Yep.
But you never know. I think we have super talented players and good senior leadership.
And that was
all we need.
That was a 10-game losing streak you just broke there against Center Point-Urbana. Congrats to you and the Trojans. That's got to be a good feeling.
First WAMAC win in 2 years. I
Hey,
believe.
congrats. That's something to celebrate.
Yep.
Have a great rest of the night. Thanks for coming up and taking some time with us, and good luck on the next one.
Thank you.
All right, that was Cade Rosenberger. Trojans coming away with a 52-50 win after a last-second buzzer beater jumper from the left corner by Cade Rosenberger seals it for South Tama. I'm going to let Allison jump back on the horn here. We're going to run down some unofficial post-game stats, and then we will sign off from the Roundhouse. All right, first for some scoring, unofficial scoring stats. First for the Pointers, they were led by senior Hunter Holmes. Hunter Holmes had 19 points, had a balanced scoring effort, had 7 in the first half, and had 12 in the second half. And then it was Cooper Grimm with 12, Kenneth Covington, Carter Andrews, each with 6, Jackson Brinks with 5, Ryan Savola with 2. That rounded out the scoring for the Pointers. Unofficially for the Trojans, a much more balanced attack from South Tama. 3 players in double digits. Nobody a clear favorite. They had 3 players with 10 points each. Tommy Tynisma had 10. Emerson Bridgewater had 10, and Jeremy Dolash really had a breakout game. He had 10 points. It felt like 15. It felt like 15-20. He had a big impact in this game on the boards and in the scoring column as well. Daniel Weiss had a nice second half. He finished with 9 points, as does James Brandt. Brandt off the bench coming in with 9 points. And rounding it out, Cade Rosenberger finishes with 5. 3 of those coming on that last three-pointer at the buzzer.
Rosenberger ended the night with 8 assists, 3 defensive rebounds, and 1 steal. Tynisma, 1 assist, 4 defensive rebounds, and 2 steals. Weiss, 1 defensive rebound and 1 steal. Shermer, 1 assist. Kopsa, 1 steal. Bridgewater, 1 assist and 5 defensive rebounds. Dolash, 1 defensive rebounds and 3 offensive rebounds, and Vore with 1 assist.
And so there you have it. South Tama getting their first WAMAC win in 2 years. And a real team effort there. A group of seniors and Emerson Bridgewater, the freshman, kind of coming together and putting South Tama across the finish line. And we're only getting started here. Second game of the season. It was an exciting atmosphere here in the Roundhouse. And a lot of fun things to come, I think, as South Tama kind of moves on into the winter. Reminder, we have wrestling coming your way on Thursday. Pin the Gym night, South Tama girls and boys varsity in action. That starts at 6 p.m. We'll have Trojan Country coverage the whole way throughout. It's also going to be youth wrestling night, so the youth kids coming in for their annual recognition. And then on Tuesday of next week, we'll have more boys basketball back here at the Roundhouse, South Tama and Mount Vernon. South Tama comes back to see if they can make it 2 in a row, and they'll have the Mount Vernon Mustangs in from the WAMAC East. And so we'll have that here live on Trojan Country. Any final thoughts, Allison, before we sign it off here from the Roundhouse?
That was just a thrilling win. I'm so excited I got to join you for this broadcast, Darvin, and go Trojans.
Go Trojans. Everybody have a great night, a great week, and we'll see you on Thursday.